welcome back to Chapter 38, Life and Death. Now, make sure you pay close attention because you're going to have some questions, of course, at the end, and you need to be able to answer them correctly. Complete sentences and restate the question. That's all you have to have for full points. Let's get started. Chapter 38, Life and Death. Grammy was floating face down in the water. Alfred rushed to the side of the submarine as laser blast after laser blast scorched the hull of the HMS Scepter from the airship above. Zap, 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 zap. Boom, 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 boom. Grammy! He cried as he tried to slide down into the water to reach her. Enid yanked him back. I know you love her, but you can't help her now, she implored. Get inside before you are blasted to pieces too. No, cried the boy. Zap, 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 zap. Boom, 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 boom. You are coming with me, ordered Enid as she dragged Alfred inside the submarine as laser blasts rained down all around them. Grammy! Zap, 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 zap. Boom, 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 boom. Once inside, HMS Scepter lurched off at speed as more laser blasts hit the hull. Zap, zap, zap. Boom, boom, boom. Tears rolled down Alfred's face. I can't believe Grammy's gone, he sobbed. The old queen died how she would have wanted to, spluttered a tearful Agatha. A hero. Much better to die a hero than to live as a coward, remarked Enid, choking back her tears. Shot in the back, said Alfred, but with her head held high, continued a distraught Enid. The best way we can honor her now is to complete her mission. We must save this country. I speak for all of us ladies when I say that we will serve you now, Prince Alfred. We await your orders, sir. They all looked to the boy. Alfred took a deep breath. He was not ready for this. Not ready at all. He was only 12 and still in his pajamas. But now was the moment for him to embrace his destiny. To the tower! All the old ladies rushed to their posts on the submarine. Alfred stood up, dried his eyes on his sleeve, and resumed his position at the periscope. It took all his strength to just stand there and not collapse to the floor with grief. He had never felt more broken. Is the target in sight, sir? Asked Agatha. Yes, the Tower of London is in sight, replied the boy. Shall we load the torpedo? Said Enid. Alfred looked down at the orb, ready to be wheeled into position. He hesitated. His mother was still locked in the tower. Are you positive that thing isn't going to blow the whole place to smithereens? Just a hole, sir, replied Enid. A big one, but a hole. It is meant to take down a destroyer, not a city. And all the prisoners would have heard the 13 chimes, added Agatha. They know it is coming. What would you like us to do, sir? For the first time in his life, Alfred realized that life and death was in his hands. The responsibility of being a prince and leader of men, or rather old ladies, was upon him. Load the torpedo, he ordered. The ladies in waiting struggled with the weight of it, and Alfred went to help them. Just like the submarine itself, the torpedo dated back to World War I. It was battered and cracked, and Alfred wondered if it would go off. It was 200 years old, after all. Lifting it from the cradle, Agatha cried out, Oh, my back's going! The torpedo slipped out of her hands just as it was about to smash into the floor, and goodness knows what. Kaboom! Alfred took the extra weight just in time. Whew! Exclaimed Enid. Phew, indeed, agreed the boy. With great care, the torpedo was loaded into the tube. Orb is ready to launch, announced Agatha. Alfred gulped before making the announcement. Fire! Then nothing happened. Nothing at all. Not a sausage. Nothing. Sorry, said Agatha. I think I left the safety catch on. She flicked a switch. Click. Oh dear. Right, ready. Fire! Commanded Alfred again. This time he could feel something was happening. The entire submarine rattled. Then, bang! The torpedo shot from the cylinder. Through the periscope, Alfred could make it out, surging down the river. Whoosh! Before, kaboom! He hit the Tower of London and exploded. In an instant, the ancient building was in flames. Smoke billowed across the river through it. Alfred could make out figures diving into the water below. "To the surface!" he ordered. As soon as the submarine had ascended, Alfred raced up the ladder and leaped onto the hull. He was desperate to spot his mother in amongst all the prisoners, leaping from the burning building into the river Thames. Splish, splash, splosh. Most were swimming to the far side of the river. Alfred spotted a figure behind the others. He remembered his mother could not swim very well. He plunged into the water, splosh, and swam over to her. "Mama!" he called. "Lionheart! I knew you'd save me," she replied. Bobbing in the water, she held him close. "I love you," he said. "I love you too." The Queen held her son even tighter, and their heads went under the water. Blub, blub, blub. "You nearly drowned me," exclaimed Alfred. "I'm sorry. I just love you too much." "Come on," said Alfred. He took her hand, and together they swam towards the submarine. When they had reached the relative safety of the vessel, they heaved themselves up onto it. "Where is Grammy?" asked his mother, looking around. Alfred shook his head. He couldn't bear to say it. "Gone?" she asked. The boy nodded his head. "No!" Tears welled in the Queen's eyes. "No, not dear old Granny. How did she die?" "Shot in the back." "Oh, I'm sorry. I know how much you loved her." "Oh, I did. I really did. And I know how much she loved you. There will always be part of Grammy inside you. Never forget that." "I won't, Mama." Just then a small voice in the water cried out, "Don't forget about me." Alfred squinted to make out who it was. "Might?" he cried. Together he and the Queen hauled her out of the water. "Thanks," said the little girl. "I thought I was a goner." Laser blasts began exploding all around them. Zap, 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 zap. Boom, 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 boom. The three held on tight to the hull of the HMS Scepter, powered away from the glowering Tower of London. Alfred saluted. "Goodbye, Grammy," he said as her body drifted down the river. And that will do it for chapter 38 of The Beast of Buckingham Palace. Now remember, if you don't know the answer, go back, re-listen. Make sure you use complete sentences and make sure you click submit. See you tomorrow.